Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an eyeshadow tutorial specifically for hooded eyes. This is quite a bold eye look, but I more wanted to show you guys sort of tips and tricks that I use when I'm applying eyeshadow to my eyes. You can completely tone this down if you want to, and of course you can swap out the colours for any colours that you guys have at home. So yeah, I just sort of wanted to show you guys different tips and tricks and the steps that I take. You can miss steps, skip steps, add steps, whatever you want to do. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to start by priming my eyelids using the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in the shade Creme de Nude. So priming your eyelids can be really important, especially if you have hooded eyes, because it does prevent any of your eyeshadow from transferring like from your lower lid to your upper lid. It also helps prevent creasing, and it's also really good for covering up any kind of veins and that kind of thing. So another trick that I always use when I'm doing my eyeshadow is I take a little bit of tape and I place it at the side of my eye. This trick is really good because it extends your eyeshadow outwards instead of upwards, and especially if you're like me and you have really small eyes, it's better to give yourself more space sideways than upwards, because especially if I blend my eyeshadow up above my crease here, it looks like I've been punched in the face. Okay, so today I'm going to be using two different brands of eyeshadow, and the first one is Morphe, and I'm going to use the Morphe 35N palette. So this is what the palette looks like. It is really great. They are all neutral shades, they're all matte, and it ranges from the really light shades to the dark black at the bottom here. When I first found Morphe, it was because of Jaclyn Hill, as many people will know them from her, and I bought the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette off the Morphe website, and it cost me so much to get over it, and it cost me so much in custom fees. And so from then on I sort of said to myself, I can't really buy any more Morphe products, because even though they are so cheap, they're not cheap for people who live in other countries. However, then I found out that Beauty Bay has started selling Morphe, which is amazing because they are just as affordable as they are on their American website, and so it is really easy now to get a hold of. And then the second lot of eyeshadows that I'll be using are from Makeup Geek, and they are their single pan eyeshadows, which is why they are in my little Z palette. And once again, the same story with Morphe. I bought my first couple of Makeup Geek eyeshadows from the website and got completely drowned with custom fees, but then I found out that Beauty Bay started selling Makeup Geek and I bought a load more, so well done Beauty Bay, because you clearly know what everyone wants. Okay, so the first colour that I'm going in with is Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek. This is an absolutely gorgeous kind of light peachy brown neutral shade, and that is why it is an absolutely perfect transition shade. So I'm going to take that on a Morphe M505 brush, and I'm going to dust that all the way from inner to outer corner, and then when I've not got a lot of product left on my brush, I'm going to start to buff it upwards. I love the Morphe M505. It is also really similar to the Zoeva 228 crease brush, which is my holy grail brush for transition shades and blending out the crease. This Morphe one is just a tiny bit denser, so it does pack on the colour a little bit more. Okay, so the next shadow that I'm going in with is Creme Brulee, and that is another Makeup Geek shadow. If you do have darker skin tone, you can go ahead and skip Peach Smoothie and maybe use Creme Brulee as your transition shade, but because I am on the fairer side, I do have to sort of work up to those darker colours. So I'm just going to hit that shadow on a Zoeva 227 Look Soft Finer brush. Again, this is another one of my holy grail brushes. However, I do only use this for sort of light to medium dark shadows. I find the darker the shadow, the smaller my brush needs to be, because I do have hooded eyes. So when I'm applying shadows into my crease, I always tilt my head backwards, and this is so that I can angle my brush upwards so I can put the shadow into my actual crease. I'm keeping the majority of the pigment of the eyeshadow right on the outer V, and I'm going to join it to my lower lash line, and then whatever else is left on the brush, that is when I'm going to start blending into my inner corner. Another little trick that I use for when I'm applying shadows to my crease is that I kind of think of my crease as 3 layers. So kind of similar to how I did my video on how to contour, highlight and blush, I kind of did it in a stage of 3. So you have your contour at the bottom, your blush in the middle, and then your highlight on top. And when I apply the shadows into my crease, I sort of do that in the same way. So the lightest shadows go towards the top, and I angle my brush upwards, so I'm pushing up into my crease. The darker the shadow, sort of like a medium shade, I then take it into level 2 of my crease, which is straight and directly into my crease. And so for the third layer then, the darkest shade, I take a really tiny precise brush and I sort of angle it downwards into my crease. I just find that really useful when I'm doing my crease, because before I'd always find I would apply it in the exact same way, and because I don't have a lot of space, the sort of all the different colours from light to dark would sort of mush together, and you would never see that kind of gradient effect. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with a completely clean brush. This has no product on it. It is the Zoeva 228 crease brush, and I'm just going to blend out those two shadows. Okay, moving on to that next stage, I'm going to take these two shades here from the Morphe 35N palette. I'm going to take that on the same brush. Okay, and this time I'm going to only pick up a really small amount of those two shades, just right on the tip of that Zoeva brush, and I'm going to take it in that second layer, so I'm going to plug it directly into my crease. Moving on, I'm going to take Cocoa Bear, which is another Makeup Geek shadow, and this is a gorgeous sort of warm chocolatey brown eyeshadow. And I'm going to take this on a Morphe B72 Bullet Crease brush. This brush is really great because it is small and precise and you can really get into the outer corner. So with Cocoa Bear, I'm going to place this right at the outer corner of my eye, blend it in slightly, but I'm not going to take it any higher than the crease. To deepen and blend out that shade, I'm going to go in with the Morphe M507 brush. If you can see on camera, this is a really tiny sort of petite little blending brush, which is really great if you have hooded eyes because it really gets into that crease without sort of blowing that product everywhere. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of the Cocoa Bear just on that brush, tap off any excess, and then I'm just going to go over where we placed that product and then sort of blend it out into those upper colours. Next, I'm going to make that outer V even darker. I'm going to go in again with that Bullet Crease brush. I'm just going to take that black from the 35N palette and place it over where we placed the Cocoa Bear. So next, I'm going to use Chickadee, which is another Makeup Geek eyeshadow. This is a more orange toned eyeshadow. I'm going to use this just to blend out my crease. So next, I'm going to go in with the star of this show, which is the Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow in the shade Starry Eyed. So placing a shadow like this, which is foiled or glittery or shimmery, onto your eyelid is going to make that area pop and it's going to make it stand out. So I'm just going to take this on a flat shader brush, I'm going to spray it with a bit of MAC Fix Plus just so it's even more intense, and then I'm going to place that all across my eyelid. So next, I'm just removing that tape from the side of my eyes, I'm checking that my wings are even, removing any excess shadow, and then I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line using Cocoa Bear and the black shadow from the Morphe palette. So my camera died, so while my battery was charging, I went ahead and did the rest of my makeup. So I'll link everything that I used down below, and I will also link my foundation routine, bronze contouring and highlighting routine, and all of that good stuff. Moving on to eyeliner, I'm going to use the Soap & Glory Supercat Liquid Black Eyeliner Pen. I love this eyeliner pen because you can be really precise with it. The nib is really thin, so you can get a really nice, thin, crisp line. We don't want to create a really thick winged liner because it's going to cover up half of our eyelid, cover up all of that gorgeous foiled eyeshadow that we placed on there, and we don't want to do that. So I'm going to keep the line really thin. I find that the easiest way to do a nice, thin, even winged eyeliner is to start at the outer corner of your eye and just draw the outside of your wing first. I then go to the inner corner of my eye, draw a really thin line across my entire eyelid, and then join it up to that wing. So next, I'm going to use mascara on my top and bottom lashes, and this is the Revlon Ultimate All-in-One Mascara, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply false lashes, and these are the Ardell Demi Wispies. And then I'm just going to take a champagne highlighting shade, and I'm going to place it in my inner corner and underneath my brow bone. And here is the finished look. If you guys like these kind of how-to hooded eye tutorials, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know, of course, if you want to see any other kind of hooded eye tutorials. Please subscribe to my channel if you aren't already to see more from me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!